me say a special good morning to listeners, viewers of GBN and Network. How's everyone doing this morning? Hope all is well with you and yours this morning. And I'm assuming you're having a great morning. It's to the point for today, Thursday, the 28th day of December. And usually on Thursdays, we do entertain various departments within the Royal Grenada Police Force. I don't have anyone popping with me this morning. I've been holding in for a wee bit, holding that, being hopeful that someone will popping. So we've technically we're going to lead to an open line this morning once again, which means your phone calls are welcome, 435-2041. And I'm welcoming your calls this morning. You probably have continued to be on the trend in terms of what's going on, and there are probably ideas you may have in mind that you would like to see, take place for the new year that is coming in a matter of hours, if you can check it like that. Yeah, it could be like ours. It could be 24, 48, 72 hours or more. But we expect the new year coming around. So once again, 435-2041, that's the number you can use to get on me this morning. Let me say good morning to those of you who are viewing and listening to us via our social media platforms, whether it's the Facebook page, YouTube channels. Good morning. I haven't checked in on you folks yet, but I know there are folks who already chimed in there with us. Good morning and thanks for being with us this morning here on To The Point. You have the option of suddenly making your comments via the Facebook page, the comment section. Those of you, of course, you could add your comments also via the WhatsApp. Yes, add us to your contact, 435-2041. Add us to your contacts, and probably something on your mind that you may want to express this morning. Feel free to do so. The lines are open now, 435-2041, and your calls are certainly welcome. Hope all is well with everyone this morning, and everyone is doing A-OK. You started off your Thursday morning feeling really, really good, and hopefully you want to hold on to that particular feeling for the entire day. Let's entertain our very first caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Yeah, morning, GT, and morning to the listeners and the viewers.
How are you doing this morning, sir?
And also, hope you continue to enjoy the season without excess. Good.
All right. You seem to be opening bad this morning, so let's hear what's up with you this morning.
Yeah, a few things quickly. One is that I tuned on the radio towards the end of Innocence program, and I heard someone I went to school with. I suspect the voice seemed to be somebody I went to school with, and he was making some important points with the last caller, and in relation to what we call vagrants. I have difficulty referring to people as vagrants because they are us. They're the first point I want to make. They are us. And anytime we could slip through the cracks and become there. But I want to challenge people and ask people the question, when did we start having vagrants? Did we have vagrants during the Gary era, the Revolution era? Or is it since post-invasion we have had vagrants? And as far as I'm concerned, it's after invasion we start having vagrants with the introduction of crack, with cocaine and crack cocaine and all this stuff.
Well, folks, someone may challenge you with that. I'm way younger than you, I would assume, but I remember as a youngster, there were individuals who were challenged to a point in their lives roaming the tongue of St. George.
No,
back in the day.
I know
even before.
We remember people like, and I hate to use the word, Dummy James.
Yes.
Dummy James wasn't a vagrant. He was around the market. He went somewhere to sleep at night.
But there were others also. There were others who were of course homeless, if we could say that, if you want to give them
this thing really was not, particularly in the Revolution, and I mentioned Gary era, because even as evil Gary era was, I can't remember knowing there was vagrants. And then the Revolution would not have tolerated that, in the sense that would be a bad reflection on it. It's only after. But would
you say that they were not given the attention as it's taken up now?
Because the guy I mentioned, James, he was around the market helping out people and that kind of thing. And a couple of others. But the point I'm making, at the end of the day, they went somewhere to sleep. They didn't sleep all over the place. A few years ago, many years as a matter of fact, when I used to be around St. George, that time I used to operate the office, Friends of the Earth office, I was shocked extremely shocked to see people sleeping at the foot of Market Hill under them buildings and them near the informal place and that kind of thing. It's shock. And then in the daytime, people say, I mean, there's a woman that used to be bathing in the market and others. I mean, we have ghettoized this place so much, thanks to the invasion. In spite of the fact that people are saying, God bless America, which is a contradiction to what Mandela said. Mandela said that, I mean, the most evil country in the world. He's on record to have said that. That's why they kept him on the list as a terrorist. But we praise the American. God bless America. You see what they're encouraging in Gaza now? Carnage, destruction. So let me try and move off on that. So the question we have to ask ourselves: how did we arrive at? And why are we allowing our human being to deteriorate like that? Whether you go to the mental hospital or you go to His Majesty prison, or there are people whose life are being wasted away because the very system that we have employed since after 84, which doesn't value humans. And some people have to die, as one man, a professor, say, on the altar of the market.
Could I ask you something? What system in 1984 you would say has caused this level of deterioration, if I may ask?
Well, the invasion and whatever was brought with it. And we could debate that in the coming year. Because we ghettoized the market. One of the first side is that the market area, the St. George's area, was ghettoized. And various politicians are responsible for that, not one side. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the thing about it is that whenever you have invasion by this power, whether it's invasion of Haiti, invasion of Dominican Republic, of Somalia, of Iraq, you have this kind of disorder. And I'm saying that we need to ask ourselves fundamental questions and then see how we could correct those things, because what we had and the guy said that if we do something about it, we will have a high increase of those hopes, because we are letting our people deteriorate. We have faulty education system. We break up the communities. The extended family have gone. I mean, we only celebrating individualism and competition. He had a prime minister who was actually an apostle of competition. Every time he opened his mouth, it was about competition. Look at the result now. People are dying in the house. I'm not saying in like flies, because they are alone. They are alone. Some people have what they think is important. The rest doesn't matter. And let me tell you this, and I may have to cut now because again I'll be emotional. The first election of post-invasion, there was a plane in the air saying, vote the party that came to power, vote the best, forget the rest. This is what's continuing to happen. I know a number of people will get mad with me, they'll be distraught, but we have to tell the truth. We have to be honest. This society has deteriorated as a result subsequently. I mean, cannot be totally blamed, because we played our part in it too, individually and collectively, the policies we pursue.
Because I was about to ask you the same question. Are we to blame politicians totally for the way that we have, of course, degenerated in this country?
No, I'm not in the blaming game thing. But we have to hold people responsible and accountable. I mean, to some extent, and I like to use the language of the Prophet Muhammad. He said, I am a man. I dwell among a people of unclean tongues, and I myself is a man of unclean tongues. None of us can escape responsibility to a greater or lesser degree. But we had to really face and start plastering, putting plaster over the sores. We had to get back to community. We had to strengthen the clubs and so on. There was a time when villages follow clubs. When they play, that doesn't happen. We we moved facilities from people, for instance, in the St. George's area, where Cherry Hill, Fontenoy, River Road, polio people used to come to build stadium. There's no facility spontaneous facility now. You have to apply to use the stadium and so on. You don't have that kind of money. I'm saying we do things without understanding the implication. I know I can't stay, but let me finally say, I hope that in the 50th year of our anniversary, that we will seek to have real, genuine healing and reconciliation. We talk a lot about that, but we do nothing, everything against that spirit. I hope that we could do so. And finally, I hope our people will choose to be knowledgeable people, reading, listening, the important program, watching, engaging in meaningful dialogue so we can uplift each other. We can't go down the road, otherwise I've said it in the past, we will bring Labantilla and Mova and other places in. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Certainly do appreciate it. And you spoke about reconciliation, and I certainly know it starts with each one of us. Sometimes we go through life holding those grudges against individuals, and we need to make those changes on our own part at times. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. I'd like to comment on the previous caller's views about vagrancy.
Go right ahead, please.
Yeah, if you want to see vagrancy and you want to see real human suffering, go to our so-called more developed and richer Caribbean neighbors. Go to Trinidad. Go to Jamaica. Even go to Barbados. The level of suffering that you see on the road there is phenomenal. We don't have that problem to that extent. Yes, we have a problem, but we don't have the influx and the huge volume of beggars and vagrants and unsound people on the streets. The ones that you have, you know them, you see them every day, there are a few of them, and they get by. So, we always have this tendency to cry ourselves down and say how terrible things are compared to the old days. Well, that's not the case. I don't think so.
All right, thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. And sometimes you cannot weigh the comparison for Grenada with other countries. Other countries do have their own problems. Grenada, I in my humble opinion, I don't think the level of vagrancy in Grenada is troubling. In my humble opinion, I don't think it has gotten to a troubling nature. Yes, there may be some concern. You see certain people, the way they live, and you have some bit of concern about them, but it's not to the troubling level. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. On the issue of vagrancy, I think there are laws on the books, still on the books,
yes,
against vagrancy. It came down from the colonial government, but in recent modern times, a young man from, I think it is Guava, Victoria, had a charge of vagrancy slapped on him. Yep. Yes, people can look into that. I would like somebody, some lawyer, somebody out there listening to call and enlighten us on that. Some of the laws that were there for order, they are still there on the books, while people are hardly visited, but they are still there on the books. If you look in the Grenada handbook, you will see some of the laws that are still there. But as I say, recently, in modern times, the police slapped a charge of vagrancy on a young man. I don't know the details, what happened, what he did, but he was charged with vagrancy, yes?
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution also. 435-2041. Let me say good morning to those of you who are listening, viewing via the Facebook page. Let me say good morning to Elaine, good morning to Mary, good morning to Antonia, good morning. Antonia, I'll get to your comment shortly. You always those lengthy comments. Anyway, but good morning to you. Hope you're doing A-okay. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, GT. How are you doing? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
And same to you. How are you this morning?
I'm okay.
All right, let's see.
I'm trying to say to the nation that vagrancy comes from creation. Because when Christ was going with the to hide, to look for him to kill him, all the days he go for the 40 days and the 40 nights, he in bed. So vagrancy comes from creation. So they can't hide from it.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good morning. 435-2041. That's a different twist on it there. 435-2041. We're moving down to 17 minutes after the hour this morning here on To The Point. We drew for our first break in the program this morning. We come back, we entertain more of your calls. Stay with us, folks, and don't touch your dial.
Celebrate Christmas Christmas and New Year with the NLA's exciting You Must Win promotion. Spend $15 or more in a single ticket purchase on Daily Pick 3, Daily Cash 4, or Playway, and just like that, you have chances to win prizes valued at over $100,000. Winning is easy. Simply check your tickets for the words "You won," free cash, free phones, free tablets, or free Instacash tickets. But wait, that's not all. You can also win free raffle entries for chances to win not one but 2 cars in NLA's You Must Win promotion. Promotion runs December 1st, 2023 to January 31st, 2024. Terms and conditions apply. You must be 18 and over to participate. The NLA, making your Christmas and New Year dreams come true.
Hello everyone, I'm Kenroy Batiste, one of the anchors of GBN News, wishing you a safe and joyous Christmas. Spread cheer to your fellow men, spend quality time with family and friends, reflect on the goings-on of the past year, and commit yourself to a productive and fulfilled new year. From all of us at GBN News, happy holidays and take care.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point for today, Thursday, the 28th day of December. We're counting down to the end of 2023 and looking forward towards, of course, a productive 2024. Let me take that comment that, of course, was thrown out there by Antonio. It's got a bit of reviewing it during the break and makes a bit of some sense. So let's see if we could throw it out this morning and see if we could get some feedback on it. Now, Antonio is saying, "Good morning, GT. As the season is coming to an end and our nationals are returning to their different destinations in the diaspora, I'm urging our vendors to stop jacking up the prices on our local spices, pastries and stop put sweet water to stretch the honey." Had a bad experience where the honey was like water. Also, the coconut tat it was worst, that she was saying, and where the hooks was used after the oil making had the worst taste. I would say. I think that's he's trying to say there. When we visited home to enjoy, we don't really get into this to get stuff that we don't really enjoy in the diaspora and want to get the best of what we grew up on and not to be taken advantage of. And that's a comment there from Antonio speaking about, of course, the experiences they have in terms of folks jacking up prices and so forth. And we have Sharon is popping in and say, "You are right about that. Such a huge turn off, making you don't want to spend your money when you come home." That's some of the comments there. 435-2041. My apology for having my phone disengaged. I suddenly didn't pay attention to it. 435-2041. That's the number to get on with me this morning here on To The Point, the open line edition of To The Point for today, Thursday, the 28th. And saying good morning to once again to those of you who are just chiming in with us. Good morning to Shelly Ann there saying good morning to you, and season's greetings going out to you, lady. Hope you're having a good morning. Let's say good morning to Monet. Also, good morning to you, and thanks for joining in on To The Point this morning, the open line edition. And no specific conversation is called for this morning. It's open. Of course, if you have a particular subject line that others would may like to chime in on, feel free to do so. We had an opening this morning where, of course, vagrancy was, of course, started off the conversation this morning, and we can still debate on that. Folks may have different views on it. We had folks, we had at least 2 callers calling in this morning and sharing their views on it also. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you want to get on To The Point this morning. Don't forget, you can always send your comments via the WhatsApp also, 435-2041. Add that to your contact list, and you can certainly send me a message there. You also have the Facebook page to do that also, 435-2041. So you can keep those calls coming. Good morning to those of you who are making your way to work this morning. Probably have to get there for 10 a.m. and you're on the move. But of course, you could always try the alternative routes to don't get yourself stuck in traffic. You know, there's lots of alternative routes in Grenada. We are so happy for that. Not much islands have that option where you can use the alternative routes. And if you could carpool, do so. If you could use, I should say, public transportation, probably leave the car at home. Yeah, I could probably save some time also by doing that. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's a number here to get on To The Point this morning. And let's get your calls. Let's get your views, your concerns this morning. You probably want to share your opinion on something. Feel free to do that also. Yeah, folks, and the lines are open, and feel free to do so. Good morning to those of you who are at home, and probably you have some bit of an illness, and I'm asking individuals, if you know someone who has an illness or so, looking at them from time to time. We had a couple of days ago, we had someone, committing suicide. You know, there are folks who at home and sometimes go through those issues in their lives, and sometimes a bit of a conversation with them can make a whole lot of difference. You understand? A whole lot of difference. And so sometimes you can go on out and have that conversation, and talk to them, and they may always be looking for someone to have a conversation with. You just never know. Especially individuals who live alone, and so do that. All right, saying good morning once again. 435-2041, 435. I think I do see a caller coming in. Yes, we did lost that caller for some reason. That person hang up. 435-2041. That's the number if you want to get on To The Point this morning. And let's say good morning to that. Of course, Antonio is still, of course, expressing some views there, saying I don't read your comments. I do WhatsApp. I do. Probably going to rectify that a whole lot for 2024. I could probably give you that assurance. I know I've been getting the complaints about not reading the comments much, especially the WhatsApp ones, and sometimes depending on the guest, and I do have in the studio, sometimes it's difficult to deal with the guest and of course entertain the comments at the same time. But I'm going to rectify that for the new year coming. All right, I certainly going to give you the assurance of that. I will have that rectified. 435-2041, 435. Slowing the calls this morning for some reason or the other. I guess folks are a bit busy this morning taking care of the necessaries around the house and so forth. And I guess they of course going to chime in shortly. 25 minutes going down after 9 o'clock hour this morning here on To The Point, folks. Once again, good morning. And yesterday, the issue of garbage was brought up. We had some conversation about that, and driving around in various areas. So we can see that the folks who take care of disposing of the garbage or picking up, or they have been doing a pretty good job in certain areas, and some areas still do have a problem. Let's entertain this caller as before we continue. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
How are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm fine. I just want to highlight an issue, bro. Mm-hmm. Sometime last week we had some rain and we had a lot of slide up in the countryside. And the road had to be cleared, right? So we understand that. So first of all, the government had to find a place to dump all the soil that came down.
Yes.
Lo and behold, they go and dump it in front of our cows grazing in the pasture. Just picture your mind.
I saw someone post some pictures about that on social media. It's unsightly, yes.
this trucks dumping mold in front cow. We call grazing. You would think that, all right, the land is theirs. So you say, okay, they have a right to dump it. Lo and behold, the land is not theirs. So government is dumping on the land that is not theirs, paying the trucks to dump on land that is not theirs. And if the landowners were to take the government to court right now, they have a good case. Yeah? But go back to just protecting farmers and even livestock. Or farmers are losing their animals like crazy. But instead, you pressuring dry season is coming up in a few months. Where the cow going to need that grass to graze on to stay alive. Or to keep themselves at least meat on their bone. And don't get the area that does get dry, really, really dry. But you're jumping in front of the cow. I mean, it's just crazy, bro. I mean, being a farmer in this country right now is just running on.
But do you think someone authorized the individuals to do that? Dump it where they did?
Well, that's what I don't know. I don't know what's going on because it's like you must see the cow there. They even block the road in. There's a man with a business inside the Swayze Inn. The man can't even go any place, But they dump it all in the road and all. They don't care. So how can you be thinking like that? How we can pay people to do that stupidness to them? I don't know I don't know, man. It's just crazy, bro. What is going on with us down there? Because, I don't know, man. I've been on there. My grandfather mine called on there. I'm what you call generation man in called on there. And we have never seen a level of disregard down there for our farmers.
Has any conversation held with of course, the authorities in terms of having that problem rectified? Had you had a conversation besides calling on the radio to talk about it? Have you spoken to anyone?
I hope they would, by your medium, I hope they will get through because I want GBN to come up here and look at that. I want GBN to come and look at that. I think I'll do a video on that. I might do it myself.
No, I was asking. Yes, I understand you using this medium to get information on, but have you spoken to the authorities? Probably gone to the police or some representative up there who could probably have that problem rectified. Have you tried that before coming to this?
Well, I would have to say I had conversation, but not in depth. Yeah, I had conversation. But I wouldn't stop there. Because I need that more to put somewhere else.
All right.
Have a nice day, brother.
Take it easy, man. All the best to you also. And season greetings. 435-2041, 435-2041. It's to the point, the open line edition this morning. And we taking your calls, your comments also via the Facebook. Antonio, I understand he's saying we need to have the WhatsApp available for calls. I know. That's going to be rectified in 2024. Promise you that. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Hi, good morning, GT. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. GT, you know what I would like to see in the future? Our constitution rewrite. And I would like to see they put this in place like, a man have a child, 2 children with somebody. The person had to bring them to court to mind this child. And this person will owe the court all $20,000. They're not paying. So I would like them to have on record as they investigate and they know the child is his, that anyway he walk, they should deduct the money from his salary to maintain this child. And also, there is a lot of people in this country, they borrow your money so nice, and then now they leave you broke. You have to go and pay lawyer now to go to court with them. So they should have put that in the constitution too, that you go with your evidence showing that the person owe you have facts, and then if they walk in with the government do a reduction and pay back this person. I would love to see that in the future.
All right. Certainly hope that, of course, your recommendations will be heard. It's not easy to change the constitution that easy, but I
wish all of us could try to do it because I know we need everybody to do it.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good morning. Blessings goes out to you. Folks, we due for a break. Let's take it. That certainly have cracked me up there a wee bit. Let's take that break, and when we come back, we entertain more of your calls in the next segment. Stay with us.
We say, yeah, GBN we say, arts and culture living, yeah, rock the box we say, I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. We'll be jamming here on a Thursday. It's a
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. Good morning to my social media, of course, viewers and listeners also. Welcome back. Let's take a comment from someone via the WhatsApp. It seems to have been an interesting one. Kind of been cracking me up before. Before I go to the comment, let me take this call. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, JT.
How are you this morning, sir?
I hope I have a good Christmas.
I certainly did. How about you? How was yours?
Good. My Christmas was good. It could not be better.
All right, man. Good.
Thank God for that. Jetty, I listened to the Christmas message from the Prime Minister, only to hear that the King had the message, then the Governor General. Before all those other people speaking, you listening to them. I call on the Prime Minister, the government of this country, to change this constitution and get rid of this king and queen and all this kind of stupidness. We don't want anybody else to say. We suffer in the hands too long. I call on the committee and the government to change the constitution and bring us to a Republican. We don't want this kind of stupidness of the American children, a Republican state. Make us an independent Republican state. I'm begging on the Prime Minister and Keith Mitchell to get together and do that, to bring some kind of pride to this country. JT, you have a good day.
You too, sir. Have a good one. 4352041. Let's take this comment once again. And the individual is saying, good morning. The individual who called in and spoke about the sale of honey, the price gone up and the water went in. The honey is watery and you have to use much more to sweeten anything. Honey vendors need to stop and be honest to customers. All right, let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. How are you?
Doing pretty well, sir. How about you?
That you had a nice holiday weekend, the Feast of the Nativity, although it hasn't ended yet, but we look forward to end of, Mr. Telesford. I decided to shut my cut for the rest of the year, but your last caller there made a significant point. Listen, I can't wait for next year to come when we celebrate the fast of 50 years of so-called independence. My brother, I have your back, you have mine. This imperial order in council of the then queen to the king's most excellent majesty which rules this here country is the biggest lie lie, the biggest manipulation they ever did to a people. And I'm happy that people are understanding today what it really meant and continues to mean to us. We are not politically independent. I ask them to prepare because they have to, when they come to independence 2024, to show us the Constitution Act, to show us the Independence Act. We want to see the documents, Mr. Telesford. If you come and tell me you are Grenadian and show me your ID card, you don't have it. Can I believe you, Mr. Telesford?
I guess you can't.
Clearly not. If you tell me you're married, marital status, married, I say, you have your document to show that, sir, you don't have it. If you're a liquor deal and I say you have a license, I can't believe you. Documents legitimize things. We do not have. It's a total farce. Thank you, Madam, for raising it and for giving me the opportunity once more. Let them prepare. All those cow towers, ball haulers, ass lickers, suckers, trucklers, and adulators to the British crown better prepare themselves for 2024, because we shall kick them and we shall ask them the questions. If they can't produce it, then we'll have to say March 13, 1917 was the best day in Grenada, the closest we ever reached to emancipation in this here country. The time has come. Thank you very much and enjoy what's left of the year, Mr. Telesford.
And best wishes goes out to you also. All the best. 435-2041, 435-2041. And let's take a couple of the comments this morning via the Facebook. There's, of course, a lot of debate going on there. And we have, of course, Moons Will is saying, Miss Caller, that's all over the world. In New York, they are deducted the child support money from your salary, going straight to your child, to the children. People love to borrow your money or don't pay you back. I'm going through this right now, and it also brings enemies. I guess she's speaking to one of the callers who's speaking on that particular issue. Caller, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, sir.
I want to wish you all the best for the rest of the season and a good start to the new year.
Same to you.
And the same likewise to your followers and our country. And it seems as though the Christmas season went about apart from an unfortunate homicide, which is suspected to be suicide. I think we seem to have had a pretty safe and peaceful holiday season thus far. I trust it will continue. A couple of things quickly. It has to do with two calls I heard. And the last one from my dear friend, Comrade Rollo. And Comrade Rollo, I hope to see you sometime within the next week about the whole matter of our status as a nation. I do agree with most folks that it's time to upgrade. It's time to really change the status and have a clean break from the monarchy. But I would be the first to ask anyone who is clamoring for that change to cite me one case, just one, where things would have been done differently and would have benefited more if we were a republic. Just one thing that we could have done, we have not done in the last 50 years, just because we had a monarchical government. So yes, there's a time for change, but to make it look as though these things have kept us back, without citing a single example of how it has kept us back, to me, it's just talk in the wind. There are many countries in Australia, New Zealand, even Canada, that have constitutions which are pretty much like ours, and some of them still have the king and the queen, and now the king as the head of state in a ceremonial way. Some of them, it hasn't kept them back. So we may say they were not captive, they were not enslaved, whatever it is, but they're using that same constitution with amendments, and they have gone on. But many folks are making it seem as though this has kept us back. And I just want someone to come one day and show us one example of how it has kept us from moving forward. Right? The other thing, this morning in an earlier program, one of the callers who called just a while ago spoke about the matter of the attorney who spoke about, explained why someone who is charged with murder could get a bail. And her position was that it's painful for the victim's family to hear that this person is getting bail, and that the attorney should not have said anything about that. Well, I tend to disagree. If you have lost someone and you believe that the perpetrator, the accused or the alleged perpetrator, is given special treatment that no one else has ever received, then you may feel that you're victimized and your family is not getting justice. However, if you realize, as many people are realizing for the first time, and some people are remembering now, that it happens so many times. It has happened 3 times, I think, in the last couple of years. And there's nothing rare or unusual. Then you may be consoled to know, well, we are not treated differently. Others in similar circumstances have also had that same sort of treatment. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if this explanation isn't given, the family may be more aggrieved. Because here is this man who is accused of killing my loved one, and he is getting away in a way that nobody else has ever gotten away. But knowing the fact that this is a norm of sorts, and it happens from time to time, this may let us know, well, okay, we're not being treated differently, we're not being disrespected, but this is something that does happen. So I disagree with the position that by speaking about it and explaining, it hurts them more. I think you should give them some sort of acceptance of the reality of the situation, that they're not treated in any way less than anyone else. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning, and interesting contributions there, I must say. 15 minutes moving up before the top of the hour here on the Classic Radio GBN TV. It's to the point. It's the open line edition this morning. We take in another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
For a second, Mr. Telesford, your indulgences.
Go right ahead, please. Go right ahead.
Here is one to your previous caller. Separation of powers. We have a legislator that is an executive, the same set of people. Check it out. Suck that little lollipop. The executive is the legislature. They're making laws, and they're the ones who are expected to carry it out. Imagine that. That can never be democratic. That has kept us back over the years. Analyze it well over the holidays. We'll continue to talk about it next year. Have a nice day, William.
You too, sir. Have a good one. 435-2041. And if a call come really quickly, we probably entertain it, but we due for a break. And let's take the break, and we'll take more of your calls when we return. Stay with us, folks. Don't touch it out.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Looking for that injection?
More vibes and energy, of course. Well, I've got just that. Hi, my name is Gary, Mr. Smooth, and I'm inviting you to join me on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 98.5, 98.7 FM. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 in the morning. I've got a healthy dose of your favorite and most infectious hits sampled with information, news, laughter, and all the other ingredients that go into making the hottest morning show on the radio. The Morning Heat. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit us up on WhatsApp, 435-7517. We've got topics, we've got discussions, calls, voice notes, and so much more. But I can't tell you everything. You gotta tune in. The Hot Morning Show on Hot FM 98.5, 98.7 with yours truly, Gary, Mr. Smooth. Kaboom!
You see, mention the wing carry, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power that.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake, I'm baking this weekend.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point for today, Thursday, the 28th day of December. And it's an open line edition here on To The Point. Feel free to give me that call, 435-2041, 435-2041. You could also send your comments via the WhatsApp, via the same telephone number, 435-2041. You could also make your comments via the Facebook page. Yes. And I will certainly read those comments out also. Let's see if we can entertain some comments before we entertain another caller. Let's take this one. I totally agree with Jude. What different would it be? I happen to listen to the let me get that back in place. I happen to listen to the lecture by our beloved Honorable PM Deacon Mitchell on the consideration and explanation of the difference between being a republic, getting rid of the colony of the British, and how would it be different, and what would it be? What would the cost be? I think that's what he's trying to write. What would the cost be to Grenada? I think it would be a go back to the PM lecture, and if the individual would go back to the PM lecture and given a couple of weeks ago, and I guess he would understand what they was trying to say. Let's go back to the telephone. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah. GT, in terms of, I think a lot of times people get confused with constitution and law. And one of the things that we have to help our people understand, that constitution is a basic law, and in principle, and it sets the tone for whatever other laws you would frame or implement. And so a lot of things that people ask that should be in the constitution really is not. The place is not a constitution; it's within the law, and also, we need to really bring that in schools or the level of the community that people understand, you know, and we don't mix up things, you know. Very often, like how people mix up the Bible and anything, you know. We mix up things, basically. But I want to point out, there's a concern I have. The increasing missing young people.
Yes.
And right now there's a notice of about three young women missing. I think we need to address those kind of issues as urgent as possible. Something is not right with us, so that all these children go missing or young people missing. And then some people claim sometimes they are found and there's no indication that. So even people who might be worried about them, based on the news or the information, they might be left really worrying unnecessarily. Mm-hmm. But we need to address that in the new era.
All right.
Especially the minors.
Understand.
And it goes back to what I was trying to say about the vagrant situation. We are letting our society deteriorate we are focusing on the economy at the expense of our society. The economy must be the servant of the economy, of the society, and not the other way around. So we run after things for money, whether it's citizen by investment and all of that, stadium and all that thing, and we have none the better. But let me throw a point, and that might be my last. for the year if you have no program, is that we need to relook at the countries that we have in relations with. I am not going to try and instruct the current government, but I don't feel comfortable with some of the Arab countries, and I'm not anti-Arab or anti-Islamic. It's just that the regime and the close allegiance to the United States, they can do things, they can put people and dissolve their body in liquid. And also, what one of them is supporting the suffering in Sudan, and also carving up lands in Africa. They need to look at that most intently or more,
All right.
urgently. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, caller. 4352041. Let's take some comments via the WhatsApp. And someone is saying, "Good morning, GT. I hope laws can make fathers do what is right in 2024. I have a 14-year-old autistic grandson. His mother passed, and his father is not coming to terms that I cannot look after the child alone. And the individual is saying that they are a senior citizen, and that's the hope that could be rectified for you, my dear, in 2024. And we also have another one saying, anonymous caller says, callers don't get beat up on the small market vendors, but call on the owners of the big supermarkets too, who changed to exorbitant prices. I guess that individual is referring to the cost of prices going up, and she said, don't blame the small market vendors, but check out the bigger supermarkets who are doing likewise. Caller, good morning, you're welcome. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, and greetings to you.
Same to you.
I just want to express my compliments to the Rotary Club for the amazing showcase that they put out for this Christmas, and all that they did to make our Christmas special. Just want to express my congratulations to them and kudos to them.
All right.
And we may all the best for the new year.
And same to you. Thank you so much. All right. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's the number if you want to get on to the point this morning. We have approximately 5 minutes left on today's program. If you do have a comment or, of course, you would like to make, please feel free to do so. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. And Dodge, just 1 minute, I want to make a point again.
Go right ahead.
I have animals stolen from me already. So I know the feeling, I know what a farmer can go through when they lose their animals. And it took me about 3 weeks to a month looking for the animal. The police was little to no help, so I had to go on my own. To make a long story short, I found my animal down in Paul's. Right? I had to risk my life many times because them guys only, they want to kill you. Because I can't get your animals. Farmers will tell you, down here is only thief living on here. So you have to be careful. But with my focus and my drive, I found my animal. So I know what a farmer, when you take years to grow your animal, and you go in the morning to look for them, you see it, and somebody go. This is a serious pain, that a farmer can go through. And I wish and pray that somehow we will find a vendor or a butcher and give them a length sentence in jail for doing that. I just wish one day we can solve a case, or police can solve a case. It's not hard to do, because there are not much butchers in this country yet. And most of the people that work in that field know who's thieving animal. So it's not hard to really zero down on. A cow is not something you can just hide in a bucket. But I'm just saying I wish and pray one day we can solve a case like that. I solved mine, but the police was just too slow. They're apprehending the thieves on it.
All right. Thank you so much.
And have a nice day, bro.
You too, man. Be good. 435-2041. 435-2041. We have 3 minutes moving up before the top 10. We wrap the program up at the top of the hour. We still can entertain some more of your calls, and certainly we can do that if a call really comes quickly. The one here yet. Let's see if we can then take some more of the comments this morning. As we journey into the new year, of course, I would like to see the administration concentrate more on young people by getting them occupied in community development and groups. And as we seen in the revolution of pioneer, we had it as pioneers, NYO and National Women Organization, and have groups that as these, I would say. We see how communities take care of their own in self-help, and of course, and also urging members of Parliament and senators to help bring about these community groups together. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning to you.
You see the first caller that came on the program and take up all that long time, and then he come back again. Just GT, ask him to take a break for the new year. And line. I think that we get fed up with hearing that guy,
Have a good morning yourself. 435-2041. 435-2041. 2 minutes moving on before the top of the hour. I think the contribution was unnecessary. 435-2041. And that's the number if you want to get on this morning here on the program, folks. Let's check the WhatsApps. If we do have anyone on the WhatsApp who are making a contribution, let's see if we can take this contribution from someone via the WhatsApp. And this one, this individual is saying, good morning, GT. In response to Comrade Rollo and the affirmation of the monarchy, doesn't prevent us from amending our constitution to make the changes to Comrade Rollo is alluding to. Many of our Caribbean neighbors who have transitioned from the monarchical system still have not made any major changes to the composition of their parliament, and that individual is just saying. And so I certainly understand where that one is coming from. 435-2041. Well, it's straight up 10 a.m. I would say now. Let's take this final caller and then we wrap the program up. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, good morning. I just want to make an observation. With the independence created for the 50th anniversary going up, I was disappointed that we didn't have our athletes in that song. Kirani James and the other one. The other one that made it good for us for Grenada to the two main athletes. They could have been in the song too. To make it, because we're going up, so at least we should have them in the song too. So that is my contribution.
Thank you so much. Have a good day yourself. Hey folks, that's how we take a wrap for today's program. Thanks all who contributed to today's program. We may have another edition of To The Point for you tomorrow being Friday the 29th day of December will be our final program for the year 2023, and so we certainly will have a program tomorrow. Thanks once again all our Facebook of course viewers and listeners, or those of you who are viewing via the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being us this morning. Those of you who sent your comments via the WhatsApp, those of you who called in, thank you so much. Have yourselves a great day. Best wishes goes out to you, and all the best.